Now, since the release of her debut album 12 years ago, Katherine Jenkins, the golden-voiced classical opera singer from Wales, has gone on to sell millions of records, winning the hearts of audiences around the world.
Well, with the release of her 11th studio album this month, Katherine joins us now to talk about music, motherhood and royalty. And we're going to start with motherhood, obviously. So, what's it like, new mum?
Loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, she's 7 months tomorrow, and it's just, yeah, she's amazing. And my husband and I are just thrilled to be new parents, and it's the best thing ever.
You went back to work after 3 months?
Well, I actually took 7 months off, so I think it's sort of... I didn't know how I was going to react, because I didn't know, after touring for so many years, if I was going to want to take, 3 months or 3 years off. But I think when you have a daughter, it makes you think about your own relationship with your mum. And, my mum was the breadwinner of our family, and she instilled a really good work ethic in me. And so I think I want to have that with my daughter Leah, and just show her that, like, I'm passionate about things, I'm dedicated, and we don't just live in a house that appeared from nowhere.
Yeah, no, exactly. And do you sing to her lots?
I do. I was singing on the way here, actually. I brought her with me today, and so I sing all the, all the kids' songs, really. That's what she's interested in.
Well, you were singing all the way through your pregnancy. And
yes,
she loves a bit of opera.
Yeah, she definitely responds to classical music, because I think she obviously had no choice but to listen to me warming up all the time.
Well, the track that we've got from the album is This Mother's Heart. Did you take her into the studio when you were recording this?
I did. The good thing about it is she's so small now, she's very portable, so she can come with me to work. And I brought her into the studio and sang this song to her, and actually got so inspired by her, but at the same time couldn't get to the end of the song without bursting into tears.
Oh, I bet.
So that one's a really special for me. Originally written with the Queen in mind. We were thinking of Her Majesty as a mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, mother to the nation, but it has a dual meaning for me now.
Yeah, very personal.
Absolutely
isn't that
gorgeous,
lovely?
beautiful. And you mentioned the Queen there, and the album's called Celebration.
Yes.
And it is a celebration of everything that we can do as a country, of being British.
Yes, I wanted to create the ultimate sort of celebration soundtrack for all the amazing things that are going on in the UK this year. Starting with Her Majesty the Queen's 90th birthday, and then thinking about, things like the Invictus Games, the Olympic Games, the football, the Euros, all the things that make us feel patriotic. And so it's music from all over the UK, as well as things like, Jerusalem, Rule Britannia, My Hen Lad Van Hadau, God Save the Queen, and then other songs which are sort of a celebration of different parts of the UK.
You are incredibly patriotic, and we saw you down at Windsor last week, and you had there you are with your jacket. But it means an awful lot to you, doesn't it?
I feel really proud of being Welsh and being British, and I sort of think that, I feel lucky to have grown up in a place where it was all about family and community, and also a love of music. And so I think I would naturally be proud of where I come from. And some of my favourite moments are when you do get people together and they're all singing and waving their flags, or the street parties and the bunting that you saw around.
We do it very well. That's
you,
for sure.
yeah, I mean, you are a favourite of Her Majesty's because you've been invited along to, and I think, was it first hand you were invited to her big celebration in Windsor?
Well, I got the invitation. It sort of comes via, different people, but I was invited last year, so I've known that I was going to be performing at this.
And was it dropped into conversation at the lunch that you went to, where there were only 8 of you with the Queen?
Oh, that's quite a long time ago.
Was it?
But I went to Buckingham Palace for a lunch with the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh, and I was one of 6 other people.
How do you cope? I mean, I'd be like, please don't be spaghetti.
I know.
The Queen and spaghetti.
What did you eat?
That's exactly how I was so panicked about my table manners and if I was going to embarrass myself in there. But there was a moment where they brought round, after the pudding, they brought round like a plate with a piece of gauze and a really large finger bowl, and I just didn't know what to do with it.
Tell me you didn't drink it.
No, thank goodness. I just sort of paused and thought, I'm going to watch everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
And they then brought round a plate of fruit. So I took a nectarine, and Her Majesty was very gracious in sort of catching my eye, sensing my anxiety, and sort of leading the way. And apparently you wash the fruit and you use the gauze to dry it.
Oh, I would never.
So for next time you're ever in that situation.
There was someone next time we're in that situation. There was someone who told me a story about that. That it happened at the end of a meal, and they were chasing a peach around the plate with a knife and fork, and the Queen just leant forward and went, Pick it up. So you've got the big celebration at Windsor, which is amazing, and obviously there are lots of celebrations. But if you can't get there, you've got your own Royal Albert Hall night of celebration.
I'm going to be 18th.
Yes, and also the Symphony Hall on the 15th, and I'm going back to Hampton Court Palace where I got married, so that's going to be nice to return there. And these are celebration concerts for the people who understandably won't be able to be at Windsor Castle, but can come and sing along Happy Birthday with me and just get in the spirit.
Do your American husband get all this? Is he all right with it?
I have to educate him in all ways British, and he thinks it's all very charming and civilised, and so it's a learning curve for him. I'm teaching him the words. Your
daughter's going to have a very confusing transatlantic accent, isn't it? A little bit of Welsh, a little bit American.
Yeah, well, of course, I'd love it to have a Welsh accent, but goodness knows which way it's going to come out.
It's so lovely to see you.
Really
Celebration is Catherine's album,
Thank
and
you
that
very
is
much.
what it looks like.